Let me show you how to be a star. Let me show you how to go far, far. Let me show you how to shine bright. Let me show you how to shine bright. Let me show you how to be a star. Yeah, pull up with a baddie in a fancy car. How to party like a rock star and play guitar like a superstar. Yeah, and I'm so tired of them playing with me. Yeah, pushing my buttons, this ain't no game to me. Yeah, ain't got time to be explaining me. Yeah, I'ma just take over the game, baby. Yeah, let me show you how to be a star. Let me show you how to go far, far. Let me show you how to shine bright. Let me show you how to shine bright. Let me show you how to raise a bar.
We are just a few miles from the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium here in Tampa. Tonight we finish off Week 4 with a good Monday night matchup between the New York Giants and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It's 3-0 versus 2-1, a good early season battle as we're underway in Week 4. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Walker going right to the air. Throw right side, caught by O.J. Howard. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. Well, this defense for the Bucs, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Working out of the gun here, Walker. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Walker. And Thomas has it. It'll be a pickup of 4. Good enough to earn him yet another 1st down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
2 1st downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Walker now. And this throw will be intercepted. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for Buccaneer TD.
But just an excellent play there by the defense to not only pick it but take it back, because Charles looked like they were in a groove passing the football, several completions until that mistake.
They certainly did appear to be locked in, and with how this offense was moving along, I know we certainly didn't expect to see a pick to end the series. Whatever the cause was, maybe they tipped one of those scripted plays, maybe the defender just made a great read. It has certainly quickly changed the tone of this one.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
And they go play action. Here's Walker. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Now Walker. Open man is Michael Thomas. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First down, Giants on a pickup of 14. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on third and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. First carry for Najee Harris. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Walker. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Dexter Lawrence able to record his 5th sack of the season. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hekker to punt it away. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll start on the ground. Hall. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
But from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. They'll drop to throw. He's got a man complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That's a first down with a cherry on top, 31 yards.
A very early momentum changer there. Actually a dream killer for the defense because they forced a 3rd down. Felt like they had a good chance to get off the field defensively, and then they got hit with that big play.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
The Buccaneers hit 3-0 here in the month of September. And they come in on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
He finds his man, complete. It's Shelton. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
They go quickly here out to Moore. Touchdown! Sky Moore, his 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Buccaneers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that'll make the score 14-0.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. He got 29 yards that time.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed 1st down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And the Buccaneers are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward. Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes, because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That good for 22 and a 1st down. Got to give a nod of appreciation to some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks sprung him.
No appreciation for the guys from the backside that didn't allow any leakage, anybody from running down from the backside.
They're at the kids' table.
Okay, so front side guys good, backside guys,
man,
that's what you're supposed to do.
I've had better.
Okay, either way, worked out quite well, didn't it? A nice sizable gain.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go.
2nd down and 8. They'll look to throw here. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. They'll set up to throw. Yeah, he'll find Hall. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Give him 35 yards there on the 3rd down conversion.
A lot of running backs in the passing game, they're just used to check it down to them or maybe dump off passes. But this guy, they use him to stretch the field, don't they?
Stretched it right there, turned it into a really nice game. They'll look to throw here on 1st down.
He's got the connection to Moore.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, he just did the tip of the ball across the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with first and goal.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. It's their quarterback with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Buccaneers have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse if this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history ever come back from a 4-score deficit. If they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. To throw is Walker. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
Walker looking to throw on 4th down. To the right side and complete to Thomas. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Walker. That's swung out wide to Harris. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
And so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. Well, earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Albert. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's 2nd down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
On 2nd down, this is Harris. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. The Giants on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. To throw. Walker. And this almost intercepted. Not sure he saw the free safety that time. But lucky, incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Facing this big first half deficit, they keep the field goal unit on the sideline. They're going for it. And he comes back with one complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal.
Let's go.
Stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
Second down and goal. Walker to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
Operating from the gun, Walker. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. A 9-yard touchdown grab.
And the Giants get a bit closer. Extra point by York is up and good.
And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
He will return this from deep in the end zone.
Oh, a good return up past the 30. Past midfield. He's at the 30. 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
And as we've talked to special teams coaches, that theme of being aggressive continues to come through, doesn't it? When they moved the kickoff back to the 35, it was going to cut down on the number of opportunities. But if you've got a special guy, you give him the green light no matter where he fields it in the end zone. And in this case, it paid off handsomely.
He fielded it deep in the range of emotions. Maybe you're like, oh, no, don't. And then all of a sudden you see him break it, and you're like, yeah, way to go.
Yeah, sometimes you have to remind your head coach that he approved the green light for bringing it out from deep in the end zone, and that's exactly why he did.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw.
Taking it about the 1.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. The first play of the drive there is incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Walker, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. And let's see, the Bucs with 6 DBs, so a dime set here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Walker. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
Fourth down, Walker gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. And he is going to have the Giants' first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Operating from the gun, Walker, and down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Kayvon Thibodeaux from his outside linebacker spot, forcing the sack for a loss of 8. Throwing on 2nd and long. Walker. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Queen. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football. How big is that penalty? Wipe out the INT.
You'd hate to be the teammate that caused that penalty and wiped out the interception. You got to face that guy in the locker room. Not a lot of fun for you, and you hurt your squad.
First down, Walker. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Back to throw, Walker. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Walker from the gun on 3rd down. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Walker, a final shot before break. And that is incomplete. Nearly intercepted. The free safety couldn't quite get his hands around it, and it brings up 3rd down.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
A final shot before break. Walker. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. Fielded just outside the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3. Because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's got a man, complete.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
I'm seeing a lot of guys shaking their heads on defense right now, particularly in the secondary. And when you see that going on, that is never a good sign. But it's understandable. They've been shredded so far.
So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Straight ahead is Hall. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Open man is Duvernay. And they'll get him down inside the red zone at the 14. It's also a gain of 14. 1st down. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Hall again on 2nd down.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
7th play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. This will be caught at about the 6. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. Curtis Samuel, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Bucs take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. What a great drive that was. A long drive, sustained, well executed.
I love what we're seeing out of him here in year 2, right? This young quarterback continues to evolve and grow. He's really the adage right now that John Wooden, the famous basketball coach, used to say. Be quick, but don't hurry. You can see that everything is happening for him, but he's not taking it at a pace that he can't sustain.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Walker now.
And that's caught inside the 35.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
Now Walker. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Bucs are going to take over here up near the 40.
Well, let's face it, Brandon, they're down here in the second half. Want to try and make something happen, and if you're the guy with the ball in your hands, you're going to try even harder. Because I think all he was trying to do was to get outside the pocket and see if he can find a big play downfield.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
He'll get that out wide to Duvernay.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. It's a gain of 16, first down Tampa Bay.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Here we go.
Out of the gun, they run it with Hall. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Trouble, 38.
He's going to try and take off with it. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
You don't see too many quarterbacks coming up with hits like that in the running game. He announced his presence right there and knocked it back for a loss.
Five in the secondary now for the Giants here on 3rd. Back to throw. And that is incomplete.
Oftentimes when you lose in a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
And the punter's on the sideline. Here's the field goal unit now to try an exceptionally long one. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, but that shouldn't matter a great deal as they still lead by a bundle here.
Well, that was a show of support to even allow him to attempt to make that kick. And you know if he did, that would tie the NFL record. That's a heck of a shot.
Yeah, it would have been a big deal, but a little bit short. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 2nd down.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Walker. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
Now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Walker. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him. On the counter, it's Hall. And some room to work. The trolley. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
3rd quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up. Now a handoff up the middle. Albert, and he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The offense on third down tonight, 5 out of 9 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Looking to throw. Walker. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And the Buccaneers are going to take possession of the football. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
Hall on a give up the middle. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. 106 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
On first down, right back to Hall. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Going quickly out wide to Moore. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. They'll run with Hall. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Ready up.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Ready.
They'll try to run with Hall. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Breece Hall, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Buccaneers are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they've forced in this runaway contest.
Harris running straight ahead. And a nice run. They're going to take this close to the first down marker at the Bucs 38. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 17-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Walker. And now here's another interception. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Bucs are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line.
Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense will very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if we're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's 2nd down.
On 2nd down, a run with Hall.
And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. Oh, it's a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and inches.
Still want to be prepared for a pass.
On 3rd down, here's Hall. And they're going to get the first down here as he's up to the 14.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. And they will take a knee here.
On the set. Ready.
And they'll indeed take a knee. The last 2 plays, each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. Fans usually love to see scoring, and there's no
shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago. And you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for Tampa Bay, hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll be on the...
You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the proof. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose.